We are responsible for sidewalk improvements throughout the city and throughout the district. We have funds allocated in the budget that just passed last month for improvements throughout District 3. In total, we have $431,000 from the half-cent transportation surtax. And we have not selected or finalized locations, but there will be sidewalk improvements made throughout the district. Next slide, please. We also have slated roadway resurfacing throughout District 3. The last solicitation was in 2019, so we have the contractor on board to make the improvements. In the city budget, there was a total of $352,000 for the city to make roadway resurfacing improvements. These are funds coming from the gas tax. Next slide, please. We also have drainage improvements slated for District 3. As was mentioned earlier, we have a project on Northeast Court between 147th and 149th Street, and then on 147th between 11th Court and 12th Avenue. This project includes the installation of drainage structures, exfiltration trench, milling and resurfacing, and swell restorations. This project is a project that is designed to address the localized flooding, which happens, unfortunately, in that area. Next slide, please. Next project is the pedestrian bridge replacement over the C8 Canal. This is roughly on 131st Street between 2nd Avenue and Griffin Boulevard. We just awarded or actually signed a contract with our consultant for the roadway bridge design and permitting. They will also make improvements to the spans, abutments, and retaining walls of the bridge. Council approved that in August of this year, and the contract was signed about approximately a week ago. After design and permitting, we anticipate that the project will start in early 2022 and will be completed by early 2023. Next slide. For any information that you may want to pursue or interested in regarding our capital improvement projects, we do have a website. On the left, you will see the city's homepage, where there's a specific button for capital improvement projects. Once you click that button, you will end up on the capital improvement projects page. On that page, we have completed projects, infrastructure projects, projects from other agencies such as the Florida Department of Transportation or Miami-Dade County. We have neighborhood improvements, CRA projects, and also projects that are public space improvements. Next slide, please. This is the last slide, and it has important numbers to know. For any engineering services, the number is 305-895-9838. That is the same number for any water and sewer issues or items that you'd like to discuss. The water plant's number is 305-953-2854. And you can also use that number. It is our after hours or emergency number. So anytime, you will always have someone available to answer your phone call if you call the water plant at 305-953-2854. For streets, the number is 305-895-9878. For right-of-way and stormwater, it's the same number. It's 305-895-9870. And for the NOMI Express, it's 305-947-9995. And I just remembered that the councilwoman did also request to increase the number of stops along West Dixie Highway, which we have added to that route. So we hope that you enjoy the service and have seen the increase in service with the Nomi Express or any other division. Again, my name is Whistler Pierre Lewis. My number to my office is 305-895-9830. And you can also contact me by email at pwhistler, WISLER, at northmiamifl.gov. Thank you.
Thank you, Whistler.
Thank you so much, Whistler, for sharing that information and for sharing your contact information. So what did we hear from Public Works? We have water main improvements. We're going to have some roadway work done, drainage, pedestrian bridge installations or repairs. So we thank you for sharing all of that valuable information with the City of North Miami District 3 residents. And at this time, I would like to just take a moment. I did see a few more attendees to join us virtually. So if you weren't here for the announcement at the beginning, you will be given an opportunity to ask questions at the end. So if you would like to join in and you're watching from Nomi TV, please note that you can log in by visiting www.northmiamifl.gov/celebrate, and you can just click today's event and you'll be able to access this virtual meeting where you can engage us by asking your questions and using the chat feature of this event. So thank you again, Whistler, for joining us. And at this time, we are going to hear from our Community Planning and Development Department. We have Mr. Derek Cook, and he's our City of North Miami Zoning Manager. So welcome, Derek. And what do you have to share with the residents about the great things taking place in community planning and development?
Good evening, everyone, and thank you. And thank you for Councilwoman for inviting Community Planning and Development to speak on behalf of the city and to your district this evening. And to echo what my other colleagues have stated, Councilwoman Estimate Irvine is extremely conscientious about her district. She calls me and the department inquiring about new development, what's going on, and how she can better serve her community and what we can do to bring about new vital businesses and development in the area. And so we are pleased to work with her, and I'm pleased to be here tonight to speak on behalf of the Community Planning and Development Department on behalf of Tanya Wilson, who is the department's director. So what I'm going to talk about tonight is about development and just give you a background about the department as it is. The department has several elements that it serves on. It has sustainability, which deals with improving our environment in the city and how buildings are being built to be more sustainable in the community. It also deals with resiliency, which deals with making our city be able to recover when we have any kind of trouble going on in the city, such as some kind of natural disaster, and how we can respond more quickly to recovering from an event. We also have economic development. Economic development deals with cultivating and bringing in new businesses within the city to make us more vital and make us continue to grow. We have the planning division, which deals with development on the level of community conditional use permits, which allows for larger and new development to take place in the city, deals with land use amendments, rezoning, platting, annexation, things to that effect to help with our city development. And you have the division that I serve under as the zoning manager is zoning, in which we are the catalyst in bringing in and reviewing new development within the city and making it better. And in that component, we're talking about new developments that are taking place in District 3. And what you have before you right here is a project which is for a stormwater park area, which is a resiliency mechanism in this that we have created in the city to help with flooding and help for water to flow to a place to be less impacting for that community. Next slide, please. So right here we have a map of the city, and we have the District 3, which is in the green, should have been highlighted in black as well in the map, and that's District 3. Next slide, please, sir. Thank you. So right here we have one of the projects that are taking place that was recently approved called ground force luxury car building. As you can see per the map, it's located at the corner of West Dixie and Northeast 141st Street. Next slide, please. The building is approximately 30,000 square feet. It is approximately 3 stories high, and it's going to be contained. It's a mixed-use building that is been sponsored by a gentleman who actually resides in Argentina. He is a race car driver there, and he's building this building to house his vehicles for display. And it also has an element for other individuals may be able to put their luxury vehicles there. And it also has a recreational component there, a game room, other amenities go along with that at that location. Next slide, please. Right here we have a project called under the development name of Kingdom Holding that is located on Northeast 141st Street and Northeast 5th Avenue at that corner on the southwest corner. This project is a 4-unit, 2-story residential building. Next slide, please, sir. As you can see here, that is in this development stage. It is in our development review committee stage that we have reviewed this project and issued comments and waiting for the response for the developer to move forward with this project in the city. As you can see, this is going to be located more specifically at 490 Northeast 141st Street in the city. Next slide, please, sir. Right here, we have this Wendy's that is going to take place in Citadel Plaza. You may be familiar with this location. This is located on 135th Street at the corner of Northeast 3rd Court. The project is a part of a plaza that has a Family Dollars in it, and at the rear of it, it has several uses. It has a washing and a laundromat, and it will have a daycare facility going into that location at the rear. The Wendy's, next slide, please, sir. The Wendy's is pending Development Review Committee approval and final plat approval through the City Council. It went before the BOA, which is the Board of Adjustment, to allow for a drive-through facility at this location. Next slide, please, sir. Also, this project, which is called 135th Street Storage, is actually located immediately west of the Citadel Plaza. This is a 4-story storage facility. It has been through the Development Review Committee review, and it was most recently approved by City Council for the site plan on June the 23rd of this year. Next slide, please, sir. As you can see, it is a building that is going to have an office area of approximately 1,000 square feet on the ground floor, and it's also going to have a commercial element within that area, which will be facing 135th Street. Next slide, please, sir. Right here we have Red, White, and Blue Thrift Store, which we know is a very active location in the city right there on Northeast 6th Avenue. What they're taking place here is they're going to actually do improvements to the facade of the building, and they're going to add a building at the rear that help with a loading and unloading. Next slide, please, sir. As you can see here, the new facade that they will have, you can see on the left side of the screen there that they're going to have that to activate the frontage of the building, articulate the building a little more, and bring in some color and articulation on the building. At the rear, you can see on the right side, you can see the new storage building that they're going to have for their items that they sell at the store, that help remove the unloading and loading activity that used to take place out in the open into the interior of the building, making it more sustainable. And then also they're going to bring in new landscaping on the site to make it more presentable in the future. This is also pending DRC, Development Review Committee, finalization there. We are in the comment stage of this project. Next slide, please. Here, we have a pending building, which is at 475 Northeast 125th Street, which is a mixed-use building. This is going to be approximately 3 stories high with 32 units. Next slide, please, sir. As you can see, on the right side is the new building that they are proposing. Like I said, it's about 3 stories high, 4 at the rear and 5 stories high toward the front. What you had, as you've seen in the previous slide, you have one parcel that is located at the rear, which is abutting 2 residential use, which to complement that area, the building will not be any higher than 35 feet, which is in complement with the single-family resident. Single-family resident can have a maximum height of 35 feet, so their building will not exceed that. And at the front side of the building, which will be facing 125th, they will go higher with the building to complement the frontage area, activate the area with a commercial use on the ground floor of this building. This is in the preliminary stages of going through a conditional use permit to allow for increase in density for this project. We're expecting submittal anytime now for this. We have went through several reviews in-house with the applicant. Next slide, please, sir. Here is, as you can see, is a project located off of Northeast 3rd Avenue. It's actually north of Northeast 131st Street. As you can see, if you're traveling on 131st Street going west, like you're going towards I-95, you would take a right on to Northeast 3rd Avenue, and then we would dead end into this project. This project, as you can see, is called 33 North Miami Condos. It's seeking 29-unit apartment. Next slide, please, sir. As you can see here, this is a rendering of the proposed development there. They're looking for 39 units. This will require a conditional use permit. This project is also just south of where the storage facility that I just spoke of on 135th is going to be located. And the owner of that storage facility also owns 2 other properties that are almost adjacent and abutting this property, and he's looking to develop this their properties also. And we're having these 2 clients communicate with each other so they can build a project in concert with one another to make it more, I would say, compatible with the community that is around it, and bring about active and activities in the community, bringing in new community, new development that's going to make for a better city and a better district for you and that is served. Next slide, please, sir. So this is Bright Future Prescribed Pediatric Extended Care Center. This is located, as you can see, is located just on the east side of Memorial Highway and Northeast 2nd Court. This is an existing building, and on the ground floor of this building, they're going to introduce this child care center for students of 6 or more students there. And what their use is, they deal with students of special needs. Some of them, and they have medical staff there that people can drop off their clients either for an hour or so for some services, or they may be there for the entire day for them to, while their parents or whomever their guardian is doing work or whatever at that time, and they're serving that. This is approximately a 5,300 square foot facility. And next slide, please, sir. As you can see, this is where it will be located. If you were traveling on 135th, you could almost see this building from 135th as you're traveling west going into the city. It would be on your right side, right there on the corner of Memorial Highway and 135th Street. There's a vacant lot that is right in front of it, which allows it to be exposed. The applicant is excited. This actually went to the Board of Adjustment not on November the 18th, but it actually went last night to Board of Adjustment and receive approval for the use. And we're anticipating them to start their services soon. They're excited and they're looking forward to being a part of our community. Next slide, please, sir. So, as an overall, we have in the District 3, we have a potentially 75 new units going online within the next few months. And we have had 160,000 square feet of commercial area that has been in the process of development in District 3. And we're looking for more activities to take place here. As I mentioned earlier, dealing with the councilwoman, she is actively talking with staff about how we can improve the area and what we can do to make it better for the citizens and make it a vibrant environment. And we're working hard to do so. Next slide, please, sir. Right here, we have the potential annex area that you just want to let you know about that is happening soon in the city. As you can see, this is on Northeast 119th Street. And you have to the west, you have Northeast 1st Avenue on the east side of it. And kind of to the west of it, you're looking at, I'm not sure what that street is, but you see Miami Avenue. That probably is North Miami Avenue that they are dealing with on the kind of on the west side of it. So this is a new area that we're looking at annexing. As you can see over there in the far right corner, that's another portion of the annex area that you're making you, our citizens, aware of what's happening in the city, that we are looking to grow and incorporate new opportunity in the city to make us better and better serve you, the community. Next slide, please, sir. And this is another location talking about the annex area as we're speaking about the new tax revenue that we'll be bringing in. We're estimating approximately $60,000 of new tax revenue from this annexation. You're looking at 15.6 acres of new land being added to the city. Next slide, please, sir. So here's our contact information. As you can see at the top, you have Tanya Wilson, who is the Community Planning and Development Director. Her contact information. You have me, the Zoning Manager, contact information. Katrina Lonan Gordon, she's the new planner. She just started officially with the city just recently. She had been serving as part-time and she was brought in full-time. We're excited to have her, and she's been working hard with the community to making us serve you better. And as you can see, our location of the Community Planning and Development Department, we're located at 12400 Northeast 8th Avenue, which is just south of City Hall. Thank you.
Thank you again, Derek. Now that was a lot. Thank you for painting that picture of what the future face of North Miami is going to look like. Mentioning annexation projects. You mentioned one of my favorite features of District 3, which is Good Neighbor Stormwater Park. You shared a little bit about that. And then the housing, the mixed use housing, 75 new units coming into District 3. So that's a lot of great stuff. So, and I enjoyed the visuals, because I think that helps us to paint a really nice picture of what the future of North Miami is going to look like. So thank you for representing the Community Planning and Development Department. Now, we did have a couple of more people to join in on the webinar, but I do want to announce the website one more time where you can find the access link to join us and participate in the Q&A session that we are going to begin momentarily. So if you log on to www.northmiamifl.gov/celebrate, you'll be able to find the access link to join us on this webinar and to be able to contribute your questions at that time. And I would, at this time, in case there is someone who's currently logged on that would like to ask a few questions, I would like to ask our IT director, Ricardo Castillo, to provide us with the instructions on how to do so.
Good evening. Tonight's event will allow attendees connected via GoToWebinar to ask questions by typing them in the questions section of the GoToWebinar application, or you can raise your hand using the hand icon on the webinar panel. Thank you.
Thank you, Ricardo. And while we give just a few more moments to persons to join us for the Q&A session, I did want to just go over some of our upcoming events that will be taking place for the remainder of Government Week. Again, these activities have run beginning on October 19th. They will continue on until October 25th. It's a real week, not a work week. We're doing a real week, 7 days of activities to enlighten our residents about the different things, the different benefits of participating in local government. So I'm going to pull out my cheat sheet right here. So Friday, October 23rd, we've done 2 thus far, brunch editions of the virtual talks with Councilwoman. That's something that Councilwoman has already been doing, but she did a couple more sessions of them during this week. And the next one, which is going to take place tomorrow at 11 a.m., it's going to feature our very own Vice Mayor Alex Desume. So again,
yeah, I just want to correct that. The time has changed while we're on there, and I'm sorry if you were. It's going to be 12:30 instead of 11.
Okay.
Okay.
So duly noted. Thank you, Councilwoman. And then, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said something. And then we also have our community bike ride, and that's still taking place. It's at 4 p.m. And that's also going to be tomorrow. And the starting place is the North Miami Police Department. If you don't know the address there, it's 700 Northeast 124th Street here in North Miami. And please note that safety practices, social distancing practices are still applicable. There was a morning event that was set to take place on Saturday, October 24th. Now that one has been canceled. That was the community cleanup, and it's due to the weather conditions. So for everyone's safety, the Councilwoman decided to cancel that particular event. But the evening event is still on, right, Councilwoman? The drive-in movie, that's still taking place, right?
Right. So the evening event is still on, but we are still monitoring the weather.
Okay.
And I'm kind of excited about this, for families and friends to come out and enjoy a drive-in movie. And I'll let you go and give the gory details, Eunicia.
Okay, so the location of the drive-in movie, but first of all, it's going to be featuring Black Panther, okay? So who doesn't take their opportunity to watch Black Panther? So it's going to take place, the gates open actually at 6 p.m. The movie begins at 8 p.m. So if you want to get a good spot, come earlier. And the location is 13599 Northeast 9th Avenue. Again, it's 13599 Northeast 9th Avenue. That's here in North Miami, and it's free. So you can come on out with your families and you can come out and enjoy that event. And there will be food trucks there. There will be social distancing in motion while enjoying the food trucks. So when you get there, you'll get a procedure on how to navigate that process as well. So you don't have to bring anything but yourselves and your car and your family to go and have fun. And then also on Sunday, October 25th, we'll be closing the week of festivities with No Need Clergy Appreciation Month. And we'll be recognizing pastors of 2 ministries. The first one is Fraternity Haitian Baptist Church. That one will take place at 10:30 a.m., as well as Tabernacle of Glory of Miami. And that one will take place at 12 noon. Okay. So at this time, if there are any questions from any of our guests, if any of our panelists forgot a point and you'd like to mention it, please do so at this time. And if we have any questions from our guests, please raise your hand and we will address you. On my end, I don't see any communication. Ricardo, do you see any indication? Am I reading this correctly?
You are reading correctly. We have no questions being asked.
Okay. Did you have any remarks that you wanted to make in conclusion, Councilwoman?
Sure. So thank you. So I know that virtually sometimes people are shy to ask questions. I just want to let everyone know that we are accessible. I am accessible. The office, you can send your questions via email to district3@northmiamifl.gov. Okay. You can also contact my constituent aide, Patricia Liversaw, which most of you should know. And if you're not familiar, she can be contacted at 385-2576. Okay, I hope that you were able to get that. I can also be reached at 305-788-2592. And so I'm going to take out the time to thank each and every one of you. Duke, as we call you, Deputy City Manager, thank you. Thank you to all of you, to Rasha, to Whistler, Chief Larry Jariga, Derek, you did very well representing Tanya. Am I missing somebody? I think I caught everyone. I'm so excited, and I will continue to work with administration and work on making District 3 a better place to live, work, and play. And I really, truly mean that. So if you have any ideas, any concern, we are always available. I work very closely with Rosemary, Augustine, Jean Lewis, which is one of the coordinators here, and also Rosa. So we have a great staff and a great administration that is willing and ready to work with you and to make District 3 and North Miami at whole just a better place. Again, continue to enjoy Government Week. Get to know your chief. Come out to the bike ride and get to know your chief, or just volunteer and help someone. The whole point is civic engagement. Also, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about voting. It is so important to vote and to be a part of this process. You have a voice, use it, and that voice, and a part of that voice is voting. So I hope that you do that. I think I touched on all of the points, and I think I'm just going to say good night. Eunicia, thank you so much for moderating this. I really, really appreciate you and actually putting this whole Government Week together with all the staff. I want to give a special shout out to my city manager, Teresa Terralus, and also Natasha Colebrook Williams, that always gets to hear all the screaming and shouting and all the stuff the ups and downs that I go through to make sure that thing gets done for District 3. So I thank all of you, and I just look forward to continuing to work with you. So on that note, Ricardo, thank you. I know you're working late. Thank you. Oh, I want to say a shout out. Thank you to my colleague, Alex Dezumbe, that came on. I really appreciate you coming on. I just love working with you. And the rest of my colleagues that are here to support, Mayor Philippe Bien-Aimé, Carol Keys, Councilman Scott Galvin, really, really appreciate the collaboration. So excited about the Youth Council, and I can go on and on and on, and I won't. So I'm really saying good night.
And thank you, Councilwoman, and thank you again to your staff for putting together a fabulous list of activities for our residents to enjoy, because residents are always first, and I'm sure that they've learned a lot through participating in these activities for the duration of the week. So thank you for your creativity and your efforts as well.
I have to just one more time. Sorry, I just really have to. I forgot to mention. Oh, I didn't forget to mention. I just wanted to make sure that everyone knows that Senator Jason Pizzo and our newly elected state representative, Christopher Benjamin, are really working on our behalf. And then I look forward, you guys, you have to come. Everybody knows that Dr. Alex is making cook. So we're going to be cooking tomorrow, talking about civic education while we're doing this. And I'm going to tell you what the menu is going to be. It's going to be fried fish and fried plantain, Haitian style fried plantain. So please tune in tomorrow at 12:30. And I think I'm really saying goodbye tonight.
Thank you, Councilwoman. And Deputy, I saw that you turned your camera on. Did you have anything else that you wanted to add before we close out?
No, I just want to say thank you to the Councilwoman for affording us the opportunity to present all of the information.
Okay, well, thank you, Councilwoman. Thank you to our city administration for joining and listening in this evening. And thank you to all of our directors and department heads who also participated to share this very important information with our North Miami residents, our District 3 community, North Miami and as a whole. So thank you to everybody who participated, and good night.